Going to my mind's going blank now. What's happening? What, I can't remember. I'm gonna lose track. My mind's going blank now. What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? Where the hell are we? My mind's going blank now. I can't remember. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing here? My mind's going blank now. Where am I headed? I keep forgetting I'm president. Where am I? No idea. Last night on the television, I was on a telephone rapidly rising I don't know. COVID has taken more than 100 years. Look, here's lives reflected in the NHDI. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to flip him in. We're going to seize the ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. NATO's purpose is to defend against aggression. Let me make that near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway. My mind's going blank now. What's happening? What, I can't remember. I'm gonna lose track. My mind's going blank now. What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? Where the hell are we? My mind's going blank now. I can't remember. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing here? My mind's going blank now. Where am I headed? I keep forgetting I'm president. Where am I? No idea. I don't think as the idea that political coverage. I want to thank and recognize Dr. John Kingersong. That song. I can't get this to function at all. My mind's going blank now. What's happening? What, I can't remember. I'm gonna lose track. My mind's going blank now. What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? Where the hell are we? My mind's going blank now. I can't remember. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing here? My mind's going blank now. Where am I headed? I keep forgetting I'm president. Where am I? No idea. No idea. No idea. No idea.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming, it's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. This is Chris live in Central Pennsylvania on December 15th, 2024. On December 15th, 2024. On December 15th, 20. Me between my internet service provider, the software. I don't know what's going on. It's very annoying. Anyway, maybe I should disconnect this other microphone altogether, and maybe that won't be the problem. I'm not sure. How's this sound? Maybe I should disconnect. Yeah, that sounds much better. Welcome back to the program, folks. Now that we've fixed it. Dollinger's back. Been donkey years since we've seen Dollinger's. Wearing rugby kit today. This one of those ones I got for $19. It was an $80 hoodie. And it has all of the rugby's on the back, but it's not a high quality one. It's printed, not stitched. Yeah, let's say hello to everybody very quickly here in the chat. So Christo Els is here. Dylan Colbert is in. Erica's in. Erica, you made in time to hear Plaka and Dizona, which is your favorite. George Steinberg in from Heckport. Courtney McBride delivering mail. Excellent. Which reminds me, Courtney, congratulations to the United States Navy, a very small force that's greatly diminished from its once impressive 600 ship size during the Reagan administration to today less than 300 ships. Out of sympathy and empathy for the collapsing United States Navy, the United States Army forfeited a game yesterday in the Army-Navy game to make the Navy midshipmen feel better about their future careers, not being able to captain ships because the Navy doesn't have any money. So as a gesture of goodwill in this holiday season, the Army, forfeited and gave them a victory yesterday. So congratulations to the Navy and Courtney. I'm sure that that makes you quite happy. Garrett Gillich is here. Welcome to you, Somerset West. The buffering is my ISP. And funny how when I tested the ISP connection through their test engine, it gave me the correct reading, but then moments later, so thank you for sticking with me here. We're back up to 20 plus megabytes per second of upload. We were down to 2.4, and that's why it was buffering. So thank you for hanging around. Thank you, YouTube, for not dropping my stream. The scientist wants to know what's happening with the drones in New Jersey. Well, scientists, nobody knows. The government is lying to us. The government does know. It's quite easy to get control of this. The government's storyline is that these aren't even drones. They're mostly commercial and small aircraft. That's horse manure. Why did this suddenly just start happening? Is it mass hysteria? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. What I can tell you is that this is not a news story, but it's suddenly become a news story. I'm glad it's happened during the Biden regime and not during the Trump regime because they blame Trump for it. But the Biden regime has allowed foreign assets to fly or float over our airspace undetected, unmolested as they spied on our nuclear facilities. Remember the balloon that floated all the way across the continental United States? And it wasn't until they completed their intelligence collection mission and they no longer needed it that the Biden regime, in cahoots with the Chinese Communist Party, finally shot it down off the east coast of the United States after it flew over sensitive military installations and our nuclear facilities and nuclear missile sites in the Dakotas, among other places. Yeah, shame on them. They're all in cahoots with the Chinese Communists. Don't trust these people for a second. Anyone who votes Democrat needs their head checked. There are no Democrats left. They're all demonic leftists, and they are shameful, hateful people. And if you vote for them, you deserve the misery that we get. So, yeah, what's going on with the drones? No one knows. No one outside the government knows. The government does know, but they're lying. It's not hard to figure this out. We have radar. We have our own drones. We have aircraft. We have helicopters. This is easily figured out. It's simply, I don't know what they're doing. It's just bizarre. So, Leah Menar's here. Speaking of Leah, congratulations to everyone who on, I think it was Friday, helped us raise money for Leah. I have the money. I went to the bank and picked it up on Friday, and I intend to leave after the broadcast today to go send that money to her. So we're going to compensate her, and we've gone beyond what we needed to raise. And so she lost 9,000 Rand of her savings from the armed robbers who accosted her, and we will be sending Leah 10,000 Rand or thereabouts, depending how the exchange rate comes out, but it'll be around 10,000 Rand. I figured out how much it's going to cost. It's about $525 US. So we'll send that, and hopefully that will make her Christmas a little bit better and help her overcome the trauma that she went through unnecessarily. Courtney does mention the game. Okay, and who else got? The Light Rain is here. Slippery Pickle's back. A boat is a hole that people throw money into anyways. Huh? Oh, yeah, boats. Yeah, I don't know boats. James Bowie. Meerkat's back. Yes, tomorrow is Chluf the Duck, and I'll be covering that. Bebop Williams is back. George is here. Welcome to it. Radine, welcome. Are you unburdened by what has been? Hello, out of No Drone County. Dusty's back. How's the new regime getting on in Syria? Well, it's a bit of chaos, but so far, all things being equal, it's been pretty calm, so we'll see how it goes. Richard said Friday was beautiful. Yes, it was lovely. Wonderful community here. Thank you for helping everyone out. Yep, just popping in. We are finally coming around for pre-Christmas dinner, and I'm cooking. All right, what are you cooking, Fleshin? Are you cooking some of that ham? Are you cooking turkey? What are you cooking? Don't tell me you're cooking chicken vindaloo. A UK invention. Chicken vindaloo. Yes, Shawnee wants to know more about what you're cooking. Hey, folks, Merry Christmas wherever you find yourself around the world. Welcome back to the program. You know, I was busy earlier looking up some things and found myself just... Angus Roy McBean is back. Welcome to you. Making me want to go to Scotland. Yep, really making me want to go to Scotland. Thank you to each and everyone who helped Chris to help me. There you go. Courtney McBride, did you get the card sent? Oh, Courtney, yes, I did get... Did I get a card from you? I think I got the card. I'm trying to remember. Senior moment there, Courtney. Yeah, I think I got it from you. Trying to remember. Gosh. My mail is being forwarded, though. I did pick up a magazine. When they forward magazines, you know they're forwarding mail. So that's the first thing they toss out. Letter mail, they don't, but they'll toss out the magazines or keep them a lot of times. So my magazine was forwarded and had the label on it. So they are forwarding my mail. So, okay, mutton. Oh, I'll pass on the mutton. Who eats sheep? No. Sheep are just for lawn mowing. That's all their purposes. Picking it. Oh, no, then I didn't get it, Courtney. Sorry, I'm confusing something. So I'm sure it'll get here. You know how the Postal Service is, Courtney. It's pretty slow. You know, I would work for the Postal Service, Courtney, if they offered me the Postmaster General position. Yep. I was telling somebody something the other day. I said, look, I mean, I do all kinds of things. I pick leaves off the roof of the Veterans Organization. I pick up rubbish laying around. I'm not too big for my britches. But I would find it very difficult, honestly, to go to say do something that's like, entry level or mid level, something like that. I mean, if I were to go back into formal employment outside of self-employment that I do myself, I'd really have to be offered something substantive that not only pays well, but actually has authority to accomplish things. After having reached heights and done so many interesting, fascinating, and powerful things in my lifetime, it's kind of hard to going, okay, you know what? I don't mind taking a job at McDonald's. Although I did run into a beekeeper, and that beekeeper at the local Chris Kindle Mark, which is a little bit lame, but I went there. But it was a beekeeper selling honey. I bought some of his honey infused with peppermint. Nice taste there. And I asked him if he had local hives. He said yes. And I said, well, do you ever need any help? And he looked at me kind of funny. I said, no, I'm not looking for a job. I'm offering free labor. I'm a beekeeper and I have no hives and I need to practice my craft. If I can help you, I'd be interested. He goes, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so I've got his contact information, and maybe in the spring I'll be helping with his bees. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, maybe sooner. Who knows? Need Kevin Costner to get UPS working again. How would that work? Sheep are for loving and eating, says Flesh. And oh, that sounds very Welsh. That sounds very Welsh. All right, no further ado. Let's get to the Advent calendar. Advent, let's start with the Hello Kitty. Oh, yeah, no, I'm a qualified beekeeper. Shawnee, did you not know that? Did you not know that? I think education is a lifelong pursuit, and I continue to pursue it. I started university in 1982, left in 83, continued at night from 84 until 87, came back full-time 87, 89, went into schools with the military, then continued my night education in the mid-90s with graduate work at Iowa State University, and from there went to language school, which is more education, to learn French from the Defense Language Institute. From there, I pursued a master's program at Troy University in the early aught years. Then I went to the Army War College, got my degree there, another master's degree from the Army War College, and then just recently, I attended Michigan State University and completed their program to be an apiist. And no, that has nothing to do with simians. It's about bees. So I'm a beekeeper. Yep, I'm a beekeeper. And in fact, we have a beehive that's dedicated to my name, I believe, sitting down in Somerset West. Yeah. Yep. All right. Okay, so let's go for today, the 14th and 15th, because we missed yesterday, did we not? There's the 15th. Let me find the 14th. They're running out of these now, so it should be easier to find them. Did I do the 14th already? I don't see the 14th. I would have sworn. Oh, I think I did it on the rugby. Didn't I do it? Okay, so here's the 15th. Let's go with that. By the way, somebody was being rude on the rugby yesterday. I don't know what that was all about. There's a bow. Zabo for chocolate. So, all right, we're down one. The Hello Kitty. Let's go to the Aldi one. Let's go with this one. Okay, looking for the 15th. There's the 13th, the 5th. Why is the 5th closed? Oh, back open there. There's the 15th. All right. Gonna run out of chocolate here soon. What a bummer. Loving this chocolate. Ooh, it's a soccer ball. As if I have a use for that. I'll eat the chocolate. Who cares about the soccer ball? All right, that's Aldi. Let's go with the Lidl German-themed Advents calendar. Looking for the 15th, 21st. Here's the 15th. Boy, it's getting a lot easier to find them as the days go away. Imagine that. This is a truck with, look at a dump truck there. Little dump truck, okay. Got that one. And now for the one that I think that Charles Van Onselen likes, if I remember correctly, that is the tea. So far, I haven't really liked any of the teas. I'm just saying, I haven't liked any of them. So today's the 15th. There we go. I did open the 14th yesterday during the rugby. There we go. Okay. Ooh, this one. Why is it always got to be ginger? I don't like ginger. These people always put ginger tea. I do not get that. Ugh, it's like putting onions in food. Ugh, just ruin it. Anyway, this is Earl Grey, which is fine. Lemon, which is fine. But ginger. Lemon ginger. Why is everything always got to have ginger in it? I'm sorry. And yesterday we had, for those who missed it because it was on the rugby, I had orange cream rooibos. That one actually sounds pretty good. I'm going to enjoy that one. Rooibos. I'm sure ginger is good for you, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It gives me memories of eating gingerbread cookies. Ugh, when I was a kid. Ugh. I just ate them because I love sugar. 2 South African teams got more than 50 points scored. Yes, scientists, it was an ugly rugby weekend, one to forget. And actually, towards the end of my last broadcast, somebody was very rude to me. We were talking about Salman Morat and his poor performance, and he's like, why all the hating on Salman? And I didn't see it. He wrote several things to me, I guess because he thought I was ignoring him. And then he told me to screw me, and I'm like, no, screw you. And so I gave him a timeout. And when I gave him a timeout, I said, you can futsek, you can have that attitude. This is my channel, you don't have to watch it. Something like that. Then some other guy said, F you. King is Power said F you. So I blocked King is Power. That's not something I do very often. But anyway, so no, screw you, buddy. Who do you think you are coming on my program being disrespectful to me? You can go elsewhere. No, thank you. Not interested. Anyway, so now if I made a mistake with the first person, which in retrospect, or either one of them might be possible, and they want to explain that, then we go. Went on off course, but I got kicked off for being pregnant, so I raised my little officers. You got pregnant, Leah. So, here's the question. What were you up to? I mean, you don't get pregnant from a toilet seat. Shame, shame, shame. At least I don't think you do. I mean, I've been told you do, but I don't think that's true. It's not scientific. Just saying. By the way, it's been a Salty Cracks, Salty Cracks super chats. Not just that, but solar power. Oh my goodness, it's been atrocious. Let's see. I got 2.49 on December. December, what day is that? December 9th. 2.49 kilowatt hours. A good day is 25. A great day is 40. A fantastic day is 50. 2.49 is crap. Then on the 10th, I got 2.96. On the 11th, 608 watts. I mean, that doesn't even burn my light bulb for a couple hours. Then suddenly the sun came out on the 12th. I got 22.2. Still had some sun on the 13th, 17.3. Got a bit more on the 14th, 18.9. Today's the 15th, and I don't know what I'm getting. I've got 1.37 thus far, but the sun is out, and it's 27 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, I'm going to guess, about minus 5 or 6 Celsius. Yeah, so my needle is stuck on 10.1 megawatts lifetime. It's not going anywhere. No watts for the Wyatts. Yeah. Yep. All right. Antoinette says, long time no see. I haven't had your podcast coming up my normal watch list, even though I'm subscribed. Yeah, Antoinette, what you have to do is join a WhatsApp group or a Telegram group that we have established. And Hendo, if he's here, can put the links up to those. And if you join that, now, some people don't like their phone number to be in there. So, what you can do is you can join the Telegram group where you can hide your telephone. It's just your username, so you can take it. Just been married while I was planning life. Life happened. Well, I'm telling you. Tomorrow's Navy will be automated and have drone ships. Yeah, I think it already is automated. Look at some of the admirals. So, what did Richard say? Ginger root is growing out already, okay? What else we got here? Kevin Costner's character in The Postman gets a woman pregnant. I never watched it. Never watched it. Antoinette says, Roger that. There you go. And Hendo, right on cue, put the WhatsApp link up there. We have multiple groups, but I post to 8 to 10 groups, depending on the time of day. Ronaldo's group I don't post to when it's the wrong hours because he doesn't like people posting when they're supposedly sleeping. So on all those groups, I post every video. So, yeah. Daniel Penny was at the game. Yes, I heard that, but I didn't see him. You ever watch Julius Malema Jelly Tots gathering a speech? No, I did not. I did watch Jacob Zuma's MK first anniversary party, and I actually posted some things on Twitter and did a lot of stuff. So let me read this to you, okay? All right. So this is what I post on Twitter. Let me get your thoughts, okay? So listen in, and then I want to get your thoughts on my analysis. Just to say it's 100% correct. This is off-the-cuff analysis. I didn't sit down, think this through. I just typed it up, corrected my spelling, and went with it. So the following. 18 months until the 2025 municipal elections as the MK party. Well, actually, it's 2026. Sorry. No, 2026. Should be 20. I got to correct that. 2026. Yeah, 18 months to 20. I got to fix that. 2026 municipal elections as the MK party celebrates its first anniversary. All the parties beware the consequences of ignoring a party whose claims to fame are hating Ramaphosa, ignoring the failures of the African National Congress, race hustling, and fraudulently proclaiming itself the party of liberation, something that happened long ago. Support for the MK party boils down to a few factors. Number one, identity politics. MK is overwhelmingly a Zulu-based party, as is the Inkatha Freedom Party. But ignoring the popularity of Zuma is a pitfall other parties should avoid, as he can appeal beyond Zulus. Zuma also appeals to race-obsessed South Africans who only see skin color, not realities. Number two, misdirected anger and disappointment over poverty and wealth disparity. Rather than to blame the genuine culprit of the world's worst Gini coefficient with 3 times as many people living in abject poverty than under apartheid, Zuma and many of his rabid followers blame white South Africans for their misery and failures. White South Africans did not construct the failed racist macroeconomic policies that have led the country backwards while cadres grew rich and obese. Nor did black South Africans. The ANC did that and does that. Racism. Far too much of the rhetoric is fantasy language directed at a system long gone, blaming South Africans, a vast majority of whom were not even alive then, for the failures of a majority government almost exclusively non-white in 2024. While the South African Human Rights Commission sits idly by, the MK Party and its regressive caucus allies constantly insult, demean, and attack minorities in the press and in the public. Ignorance. While the party has plenty of well-educated, at least in possession of sheepskins anyway, members, it, like the ANC, relies extensively on low educational standards and their ability to hoodwink the poorly informed and educated public. This is a consequence of decades of ANC neglect and malfeasance, as well as lowered standards meant to dumb down the electorate. This works in America and in South Africa. Disenchantment with the corrupt ANC. This one will flabbergast the objective observer. How can a party draw support from those angry at how corrupt and inept the ruling party is? This is especially odd given its leaders embroiled in countless corruption scandals from his time serving as president. Folks, it's no different than Donald Trump's appeal. Regardless of the outrageous allegations against Trump, only Trump is innocent, Zuma not so much. People love the target and flock to those who claim to be targeted by the folks they already despise. The MK Party will thrive as long as Zuma draws breath, but its lack of coherent policy or any genuine vision for South Africa will spell its eventual doom unless it changes tack. All right, and that's what I said today. Yes, beekeeping is a qualification. Yep. All right. Any thoughts on that? Meerkat totally agrees with my ex comments, hoping for the persons who should take note have read it. I doubt they have. Meerkat. Heavily armed police patrolling the streets of Oxford. Well, maybe they know something. Maybe there's a terrorist threat the government's not sharing with you. Could very well be the case. All right. Antoinette says, well said. Thank you for that. All right. That was an off the cuff, and I actually got a typo there. I typed 2025. It should be 2026. I'm probably going to get pillared. Oh, you don't even know when the elections are. I do. It's a typo. Please forgive me. Anyway, so yeah. Just one typo, so it happens. Especially when you do things off the cuff. 79 people here on a Sunday. Happy Sunday to folks. Merry Christmas and a happy Hanukkah to everyone out there. Hope you're all doing well. So many people still stay in touch with me, but don't watch my show anymore. It's interesting. Okay. So my guest for Tuesday is backed out. Uncomfortable with the imagery of his video. I'm afraid he's going to be pillared for it. So he's backed out. So I will not be talking to the person who works with artificial intelligence. And that's kind of a bummer. Big disappointment there. Unfortunate. Yeah. Yep, it's a trade qualification. Definitely it's happening in Germany, but we're not allowed to say it in the UK. Yep. No, I know. UK is a free speech, free zone. Free speech, free zone. 10 days to Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. It's right around the corner. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Oh, by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Do you know who I miss? Burl Ives. What a great voice. That guy had an amazing voice. Jonathan's back. If Zuma supported Israel's genocide, he would receive billions of dollars in funding. From whom? From whom, Jonathan? Who would give him the money? Who would give Jacob Zuma billions of dollars other than Tehran or Russia? Certainly Russia would do it. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about some of the news. Matrix results will be published in the newspapers. There you go. Yay, a victory for South Africans who want to know how they did on the bogus school exit exams. The Matrix, which is all fixed and rigged. And it doesn't matter if you get 100% on it. If you're white, you're not going to university. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry to laugh, but it's a statement of fact. By the way, I played My Mind's Going Blank here to hopefully get 2 minutes so we get to get some data going, which we did. We managed to get data going from these clowns slowing down my broadcast. Anyway, it comes down to provisioning. They're not provisioning enough data for me. I think that's what's happening. The Oppenheimers would give them the cash. Which Oppenheimers, Jonathan DT? The Oppenheimers aren't worth enough money that they would give away $1 billion. The Oppenheimer family's worth, I think, $3.2 billion in total, all the Oppenheimers, and they can give 1/3 of their wealth away to Jacob Zuma for supporting Israel. They're not even Israelis. Your logic makes no sense whatsoever. Please explain your point. Jed Phillips is here. Yeah, they're full of charity cases to fill nonsense DEI classes. That's great. Keir Starmer would give anyone a few million, unless you're a Brit, unless you're a Christian, unless you're an Anglo-Saxon, then you ain't getting squat from Keir Starmer, the fascist in chief. Yes, that's right. I said it. Matrix results will be published in newspapers. There you go. Last month, the IR, the information regulator, banned the department from publishing this year's National Senior Certificate. And I don't know why. The names don't go in there, idiots. The independent body found the department was in breach of conditions of the lawful processing of personal information by failing to obtain the consent of the matric learners. No, you're not. That's not true. They consent to having that published by taking the exam. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. It's like when you walk in a government building, you consent to search. Yep. The Oppenheimers could from the Adelson family. Not much left of the Adelson family. Sheldon's dead. His widow has billions. She has more than the Oppenheimers, that's for sure. Made all his money off gambling. Robert Thompson, only a fool like Louis Liebenberg would, but also not be able to give billions. Louis Liebenberg doesn't have billions of dollars. He's worth tens of millions, possibly a few $100 million, but he's certainly not worth billions of dollars. Maybe billions of rand. But even that I think is suspect. Water outage. Rand Water says maintenance is going well. Well, I tell that to the people who've been without water for days on end. Yeah, those in high-lying areas may take up to 2 weeks for the systems to fully recover. I mean, what kind of country is this? It takes 2 weeks to get water back to people. Something that's foolishly guaranteed in the Constitution, yet you can't provide it. This is disgraceful. And why? State-owned enterprises, corrupt local and provincial governments, ANC-led liberation. This is liberation. No water for you, no electricity for you, no roads for you, just potholes, crime, rape, murder, and pillaging. Congratulations. Welcome to the African National Congress's paradise on earth. Jed has a friend whose mom is dating a mining magnate. Ooh, I'll bet they're worth a lot of money. They only donate to causes that feed their egos. Yeah, I think that's true. A lot of people are curious about Rob Hersoff. I only see him doing things that interest him, which is fine. It's his prerogative. Julius Malema has been elected as the leader of the EFF for a third term, uncontested. Surprise, surprise. There's the shrinking violent himself now, the shrinking man. Julius Malema has been elected the Economic Freedom Fighters president for a third term. He was elected uncontested at the Third National People's Assembly. Last night, he was nominated by a delegate from Northern Cape for a position of president. He accepted it. There was roaring applause. Roaring applause, yeah. My name is Julius Malema. Oh my goodness. Ambassador Ruben Brigady stands by his stance that South Africa engaged in arms shipments with the Lady R. He's not backing down as he's about to leave office. Says U.S. has no view on the makeup of the government of national unity. Well, maybe the Biden regime has no view on the government of national unity, but certainly incoming Trump administration will have a view. So Ruben Brigady should speak for himself. Well, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for that. There you go. All right. Despite an investigation that found no arms were shipped, a bogus fake investigation to Russia by the South African government, outgoing U.S. Ambassador Brigady says he stands by his statement. In an interview with the Sunday Times, Brigady said that he's sticking to it. Claims that Russia, anyway, in the days after Brigady's allegations, Rand fell 4.6%. When I was convoked by the foreign minister in May of 2023, I apologized fully and unreservedly for speaking out of turn. Our governments have agreed that the substance of the matter will remain in official diplomatic channels. This is a strategic relationship that has too many aspects that both of us enjoy, and we look forward to continuing the work together. Now, I will tell you something very quickly. The fact that Ruben Brigady was never recalled as ambassador by the Biden regime says 100% that he did exactly what he was told to do. He was told to publicly disclose that, to send a message to the South African government to stop engaging with Russia. That's what happened. That's the facts. There's no disputing that. Had he spoken out of turn, he would have been relieved. It's not like anybody had to feel bad about his career. He has no career in the State Department. He's a political appointee, a second-time political appointee. So he'll simply go back to academia instead of being the ambassador of South Africa. Well, Dalian Pofu says that history will judge me. Well, in fact, they will, you evil, evil person. Dalian Pofu says he absolutely, without question, acted honorably in every case he took on. Sometimes people ask him if he saw a story about him in the newspapers. He answers no, and I don't even rush and go and get it. It doesn't bother me. Perhaps to laugh, he'll go on X and read the comments. He has 1.1 million followers, but many of them troll him, asking him when he last won a case. He doesn't feel a need to respond. If I were to say last week, they would probably get shocked, but why would I entertain that? I can tell you there's no lawyer in this country who, if I'm going to be their opponent, is not going to think, y'all, now we're at another level. Not one. We can name them. They know in their hearts of hearts, so why must I worry about some Twitter bots? Dalian Po for the man that doesn't know basic law, practicing as a lawyer in South Africa. The MK Party celebrates its first anniversary and it invites the African transition movement. Wow, look at that. Look at this. Are they supporters of MK or of ATM? They also invited the EFF, who refused to attend the event. The event at the stadium in Durban was expected to have 55,000 people. There weren't nearly that many people there, but as one of the people posted on my Twitter account said, it was quite hot and a lot of people left and weren't there because of the heat. So fair enough, fair enough. Jacob Zuma's MK Party wanted to fill up the stadium, Moses Madiba Stadium, at their 1-year anniversary, but they fell short of the 55,000. Don't dismiss MK, though. Don't dismiss MK. They're serious threats. The only thing Jacob Zuma stole was our hearts, not our money, say sycophant members of the MK Party at their first anniversary celebration. Thousands of MK supporters gathered at Moses Madiba Stadium in Durban Sunday to celebrate the party's 1-year anniversary. RPG just subscribed. Wow, I hope that's not a rocket-propelled grenade. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. Ayanda Ngema, 41, who comes from Banango, a small town located 58 kilometers northwest of Melmoth in KZN, said that she was thrilled to be part of the festivities. I want to say to Mkonto, I'm so happy that this party was formed. Mkonto, we Sizwe party stole our hearts. They did not call us here. We came here voluntarily. They said, Ubaba Wetu is a thief, but the only thing that Zuma did was steal our hearts, not our money, said Gweza Mkonto. Gweza? Ngema yelled with her clenched fist lifted into the air. The only thing that Ubaba stole was our hearts. Really? Not the millions of rand to build his opulent Nkanla residence, which was not an official residence, stealing taxpayer money, forced to return it. Not the billions of rand from the arms deal from the 1990s. Never stole anything? Yeah, okay. All right. How is it that Jacob Zuma lives in opulence when he has no money, no education, has never held a job, other than being president of the country? Yeah, but he hasn't stolen anything now. It's just coincidence. What about all the money that's being forked over to him by MK members of parliament? The tithing they must pay to Jacob Zuma. Yeah, no, he's not corrupt in any way. Yep. All right. Nobody worries about Juju. It's trivial. Yes, he is trivial. And the decline of the economic freedom fighters is being celebrated by MK, by ANC, by rational South Africans. I was unaware that Israel closed its embassy in Ireland. Well, I don't know why they have an embassy in Ireland. I mean, I realize that it is overrun with Arabs and Islamists, Ireland that is, but it's also overrun with lots of West Africans. It's not Irish. The country is gone. It's completely gone. Africans assaulting Irish on the streets, Islamists attacking Irish for being Irish and having Irish festivals. It's just in Germany. These people saying F Germany on the streets of Germany. Get the hell out. I don't know why the Germans tolerate this garbage. And we won't tolerate it anymore. You want to behave like that? Well, there are other places around the world you can behave. Not here. Welcome to the Trump deportation service coming your way January 21st. Yep, Rob Hersoff only cares about his beloved, precious Israel. I don't know what tie he has to Israel. Do you have any evidence of that, Jonathan? I have no information on that. I would not go to listen to Zuma for a rand million and we can talk about, 1 million we can talk about U.S. I got you. Julius elected himself reminds me of that meme of Photoshopped Obama giving himself a medal. Rob Hersoff's brother is in business with Patrice Motsepe and Ramaphosa. There you go. That's all you need to know. There's nothing, Christ, just ask my family in Kimberley. They had water restrictions for a few years now, a few days with the time without water. Yep, no, I know. I know. It's bad. Ireland is stand. Yep, not going to happen. Trump will get stopped every step of the way on deportation. Well, that's simply not going to be true, Arctic. He will deport people. Whether it will be mass deportation is the question. Every administration has been deporting people. Even the Biden regime has deported criminal alien invaders, just not many. They've imported a lot more than they've deported. The peak of deportations occurred during Barack Obama's administration. He was notoriously friendly to these criminals entering the country, but he deported millions of criminal alien invaders, and the left looked the other way. He put kids in cages. The left looked the other way. He separated families. The left looked the other way. And they should. They're criminals. They have no business being here. Children shouldn't be in prison because their criminal parents are put in prison. So, of course, it's going to be family separation. Of course, it's going to be deportations. But they look the other way. Nobody has deported 15 million people, not in 4 years. That's true. But Obama deported upwards of 6 or 7 million, I think the total was. Yep. Something like that. Anyway, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I like the fact that they're in fear. They're living in fear. Horror in the Free State, in Rouville. This is unbelievable. Been without water since early Saturday morning. Wow. Sorry to hear that, Marilyn. How farm murder revealed callous killing of a 2-year-old boy. The murder of a 50-year-old farm tenant revealed a shocking crime spree that started with the murder of a 2-year-old boy. One of the people arrested is a child's aunt. The man who is suspected of having beaten the child to death then shot the 52-year-old man and raped a woman. He was shot dead by police on Sunday. The wife of a farmer on a farm near Rouville in the eastern Free State called the police to complain that a young woman and a 2-year-old child were badly beaten. Police were dispatched to the farm, 35 kilometers from Rouville, on December 2nd. But despite evidence of the assault visible in the bodies of the woman and the child, the woman Matadaba Ramabele, a 21-year-old, and her 2-year-old nephew, Moholo Ramabele, the police left without arresting anyone, despite the fact that clearly these two had been beaten and not providing any shelter or services to them. Less than a week later, Lucas Skarnek, the man accused of assaulting the pair, beat the toddler to death. After beating the child, Skarnek, who sometimes used the surname Mtomane, and Ramabele made their way to a house where tenants on the farm, a man and a woman, were having an afternoon nap. Just after 5:30, they entered the home. The man was apparently hit over the head with a blunt object, then shot in the head with his own .22 caliber rifle, equipped with a silencer, as he lay on the ground. The man is not being named, as it would identify his wife, who's the victim of a sexual assault. She was raped. In addition, she was kidnapped and robbed. The woman had a pistol and with her in her bedroom, but she was unable to defend herself. Skarnek and Ramabele put the victim in their own car and drove to several ATMs in various towns, driving as far as Bloemfontein, a terrifying ordeal over several hours during which the victim was repeatedly assaulted and forced to withdraw cash. Ramabele is now facing a raft of charges related to the crime spree that followed her own assault. The bloody ordeal has shocked the rural farming community that has increasingly had to grapple with violent attacks on farmers and farms. Why Skarnek had returned to the farm with Ramabele and with her nephew after the assault is unclear. This is the 2-year-old toddler beaten to death by the scumbag. Murdered toddler Moholo Ramabele, 2 years old. But Jan van Riebeck, apartheid, white monopoly capital, these are the roots of evil in South Africa. Not murderous scum who have no value for life. The incident's well recorded. The station commander of the police station is currently busy with an internal investigation into the allegations. As the matter is under investigation, they're unable to provide further details. Police believe the 2-year-old was last seen alive on December 6th and died on Saturday, December 7th. That was just a week ago. It would appear the toddler was violently beaten over a period of several days. His small body was wrapped in a blue curtain, stashed on a nearby farm, and only found a day later. This is the woman who is in part responsible, Ramabele. This is the scumbag who murdered her. Murdered the toddler, I should say. Skarnek. On early Sunday morning, police tracked down the stolen car today near Teerpoort Dam, just south of Bloemfontein. Shots were fired, and Skarnek was shot through the leg and the testicles. He bled to death by the roadside while awaiting for medical assistance. Free State Police said they apprehended 4 people, including Ramabele, who was charged with rape and murder of the man, plus another murder charge for the death of her nephew and several lesser charges. 4 firearms taken during the robbery of the house on December 7th were found in the car. There are 3 alleged accomplices who were charged with alongside Ramabele for the murder of the farm tenant. Offenses related to robbery are believed to have been picked up in Raidersburg by the deadly duo and then stopped at a shebeen to buy alcohol to consume as they raced up and down the Free State with a kidnapped woman in the car. Wow. Wow. The woman bravely managed to send a voice note to her assistant in the early hours today, leading to the action from the security and police. Hours later, resulted in her rescue as the group was on the way back to the farm. This is unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. but it's all Jan van Riebeck's fault. Well, in other news, the Constitutional Court will enter 2025 with more women on its bench than men. 2 acting appointments at the Apex Court will mean 6 of the justices will be women for 2 court terms in 2025. Well, who cares? I don't care. I don't care if they're all men, if they're all women. They're half men, they're half women. I don't care. All I care about is appropriate judges. This obsession with genitalia. People, sexual perverts. The demise of the rudderless ANC does not bode well for democracy. This is an opinion piece by Beke Ungumzulu, and he writes a good piece, but the conclusion or the title is incorrect. The demise of the ANC does not have anything bad to do for democracy. It's actually a good sign of democracy. It means people are not voting for a corrupt, kleptocratic party that is a race hustler that undermines the safety and the good will of the South African people. So that's good news. John Dobson licking his wounds after the shockingly embarrassing stink fest that the Stormers put on yesterday at the Harlequins in West London, getting smacked down with 8 tries, 2 hat tricks by the Harlequins, including one by Captain Dombrand. Unbelievable. They got smacked down. Man, unbelievable. Stormers mentor John Dobson was disappointed in Side's defensive effort after conceding 8 tries and a 53-16 loss to the Harlequins. But they weren't alone. The Stormers, not the only ones who stunk up the show. Yep. Also, the Sharks stunk up the show, and the Bulls stunk up the show. And the Cheetahs stunk up the show. The only team that won was the Lions. Fighting is intensified in the eastern Congo between the Army and M23 rebels as peace talks continue. Congo's army accused the M23 of killing 12 civilians earlier this week in villages of the Lubero territory in the eastern province of North Kivu in a statement on Friday. An M23 spokesman told the Associated Press it denied the accusation, discrediting it as propaganda from Congo's government. Well, no, it's not propaganda. This crap is happening. Hezbollah's chief says that Assad's fall has severed a key supply link from Iran. Good. The loss of a route through Syria is a blow to the Lebanese militia and its most important ally, Tehran. Good. Wow. Assad's ousting at the hands of rebels imperiled Syria's ties to Tehran and raised questions over the country's future relations with Hezbollah, which battled the rebels on Assad's behalf. Well, good news. Tehran loses influence. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the president of South Korea has, in fact, finally been impeached. In a second attempt to impeach the president who declared martial law, he's now been impeached and stripped of his powers. President Yoon Suk Yeol's powers were stripped from him, and a vote of 204, I think, to 85 was the total. Yep, the prime minister will fill in for him in the meantime, but he is now gone. He said he would never give up the fight, stay in office, but he has been stripped of his power legally and legitimately. In a vote of no confidence in an impeachment, he's been removed, a vote of 204 to 85. Drones swarming Kiev, but they're getting shot down. A searchlight, a World War II era machine gun, and lots of coffee and tea help a band of volunteers protect the skies over Ukraine's capital from drones. So why can't the U.S. government protect New Jersey? If volunteers can shoot down drones over Kiev, why can't the U.S. government do something about drones over New Jersey? Georgia lawmakers have elected a right-wing government. A former soccer star. The vote, boycotted by opposition parties, sets up a standoff with the sitting president and deepens turmoil after protests and dispute election. Mikhail Kavalashvili, deputy president, is a former striker for Manchester City. The 53-year-old was the sole candidate for the post and the first to be chosen by an electoral college that replaced direct presidential elections 7 years ago. The vote sets up a standoff between Mr. Kavalashvili, who is to assume office in 15 days, and the party president, Salom Zorabachev, who refuses to leave office. The undemocratic election denier refuses to leave office. Well, a former Bolsonaro cabinet minister has been arrested over an alleged coup plot. The continued suppression of dissent in Brazil is off the charts. Lulu, who just had brain surgery, maybe they should have removed his brain, is still oppressing his opposition. Brazil's federal police arrested a former member of President Jair Bolsonaro's cabinet and his 2022 running mate in connection with investigations into an alleged coup plot. General Walter Braga Neto was formally accused in November, along with Bolsonaro and 35 others, of plotting a coup to keep Bolsonaro in office. Prosecutors have yet to file formal charges against Neto. The arrest made on Saturday stemmed from allegations of obstructing the collection of evidence. Neto served as his chief of staff from 2020 to 2021, as defense minister from 2021 to 2022. 884-page document substantiated by evidence and testimony described a multi-step scheme. The plan includes systemically sowing distrust in the electoral system among the populace, drafting a decree to give the plot a veneer of legal basis, pressuring the top military brass along with the plan, and inciting a riot in the capital. Somehow, I doubt that that's even true. Shows you how little we trust Argentina and Brazil. Argentina's president receives Italian citizenship, angering Law's critics. Javier Milei is proud of his Italian ancestry and has tried to bolster ties with Italy's conservative prime minister, but his new passport angered critics of Italy's rules and citizenship. When President Javier Milei of Argentina stepped into the grounds of Giorgia Meloni's party festival at Rome's Circus Maximus, a conservative fair that mixed holiday and Italy First energy, he found a skating rink, a Christmas tree, and an upbeat anti-woke crowd. But with the visit, he got something more than the recordings of Mariah Carey and meetings with Miss Meloni. He also received Italian citizenship. Wow. Congratulations. Of course, I do not believe in dual citizenship, so make your decision, Javier. Are you an Argentine or are you an Italian? You don't get to have both. Well, Joe Biden's busy touting his wrecked legacy, the shambles of his presidency. He's observing traditions of peaceful transfer of power, but his regrets and misgivings are evident. Just a month before he leaves office, Joe Biden has spent the past week engaged in presidential tradition as common as Thanksgiving turkey pardons, Sunday golf outings, burnishing his legacy for the history books. But for president, his final months have featured a string of frustrations, being pressured to exit his re-election campaign, only to see his party swept from power. The accomplishments tour has been anything but a simple recitation of White House highlights. At times, Biden's frustrations, even resentments, have seeped through. He's lamented that he did not put his name on pandemic stimulus checks so voters would better connect him with the country's economic rebound. Those pandemic stimulus checks did not rebound the economy, you morons. $300, $400, $500, $600? Give me a freaking break. Give me $50,000. Then you get an economic rebound. What a clown. Well, ABC will pay $15 million after George Stephanopoulos' lies and his slander against Donald Trump. Finally, some justice here. The outcome of the lawsuit marks an unusual victory for Trump in his ongoing legal battles. Stephanopoulos called Trump a rapist repeatedly, and now he and the network will have to pay $15 million for defamation. Under the terms of settlement revealed on Saturday, ABC News will donate the $15 million to Trump's future presidential foundation museum. The network and its star anchor, George Stephanopoulos, also published a statement saying they regret the remarks made about Mr. Trump during a televised interview in March. Yep. ABC News, which is owned by Disney, will pay Mr. Trump an additional $1 million for his legal fees. Asian news networks have often been very leery of settlements and defamation suits. Well, this one they got rid of. So it's done. Yep. So he called Trump a rapist repeatedly, and there's no evidence of that whatsoever. MSNBC and CNN are in a fight to survive and dig themselves out of their ratings slump. Cable news loyalists have grown a lot less loyal to MSNBC and CNN, but not to Fox. While viewers are flocking to Fox in the wake of Trump's election last month, ratings for MSNBC and CNN have tumbled. MSNBC averaged 603,000 primetime viewers from the day after the election through December 8th, down by more than half. CNN was down by 46% to just 401,000 viewers. Meanwhile, Fox News is up 12% to 2.7 million. There you go. The feds, no evidence that drones sighted in New Jersey are linked to foreign actors, no threat to safety, according to the federal government. With Americans' fervor mounting about mysterious drone sightings over New Jersey, government officials on Saturday had few answers as to who was operating the drones, but insisted they were not a threat to national security. Well, why is it the obsession with New Jersey and the fact that no one's talking about drones flying over Vandenberg Air Force Base and a Chinese spy caught doing it, and drones flying over Langley Air Force Base, Virginia, over the past year, endlessly, for weeks on end, and nothing having been done about it by this corrupt regime of woke tards? Speaking of woke tards, will be putting a video together talking about the defamation of Pete Hegseth. ProPublica did what they did to Ronaldo Hoz. They did exactly what they did to Ronaldo Hoz. Let me read this statement to you. I'll find it here very quickly here. This is a copy of an email that was sent by ProPublica to the representative for Pete Hegseth. Now, this is what they said. This is Justin Elliott from ProPublica. Actually, let me just put it on the screen so you can see it, so you're not just seeing my face reading it. But here you go. This is the email. On December 10th, they threatened Pete Hegseth. This is the scumbags. This is what passes for journalism in America. The same thing that they did to Ronaldo Hoz, giving him just an hour to respond. This is the actions of fake journalists. These are the actions of people who must be prosecuted for their abuse, for slander, for libel. It's what needs to happen. So, Mr. Parlatore, this is Justin Elliott from ProPublica. I'm reaching out with an urgent request for comment for your client, Pete Hegseth. We're moving quickly, so please let me know if you or he would like to comment as soon as possible. Our deadline is in 1 hour. Seriously, they sent this at lunchtime, 12:52. I can be reached at blank. My colleague, Robert Fattorecci, CC, can be reached at blank. We're preparing a story about Mr. Hegseth's claims he was admitted to West Point. The school told us that's not true. According to a spokesman for the school, Mr. Hegseth did not even apply. Mr. Hegseth said on Jason Chaffetz' podcast in June, I got into West Point, then later repeated the claim. I mentioned West Point. I got into Princeton also, and I went to visit those two schools and ultimately decided on Princeton. He repeated the claim in September and again in October. Why did Mr. Hegseth say he got into West Point when that is not true? How can Mr. Hegseth be Secretary of Defense given that he has made false statements about getting to the military's most prestigious academy? Is there anything else we should know? Thank you, best Justin. Now, this is garbage fake news, and let me show you why. This is why. And Pete Hegseth, for his part, came out and went right after them. So here you go. Pete Hegseth. This is from the Office of the Superintendent of the United States Military Academy. January 5th, 1999. Peter Brian Hegseth, Forest Lake, Minnesota. Dear Peter, on behalf of the President and Secretary of the Army, I'm pleased to announce that the United States Military Academy has accepted you for admission, contingent upon continuation of your excellent record and your medical and dental qualification at the time of enrollment. Congratulations. Your appointment to the class of 2003 is an admirable accomplishment in and of itself. Before you enter West Point, I encourage you to consider the following. And look at this. Signed by Daniel L. Chrisman, Lieutenant General, U.S. Army, Superintendent of West Point. That is from 1999. And West Point lied. They lied. The Public Affairs Office lied. And this is the certificate that comes along with that when you are accepted into it. Peter Brian Hegseth, class of 2003. Missions Committee of the United States Military Academy takes great pleasure announcing offer of admission. Michael Jones, Colonel, U.S. Army, Director of Admissions. Wow. This is a school copy. He gets multiple copies. He's supposed to give this to his high school counselor or principal. So why did ProPublica threaten Pete Hegseth and then try to run a story lying about him getting into West Point? And why the condescending attitude and the presumption of guilt because it fits their narrative that he lied? This alone should show you that this is all character assassination of Pete Hegseth, and this is an effort to undermine him out of pure hatred. The same thing with Ronaldo Chos. He was done in by people within the corrupt Democratic Alliance Party, most likely. Unbelievable. Well, in Ohio, an immigrant community of criminal alien invaders is preparing for Trump's crackdown. Well, let's start right there in Paynesville. Yep. Veronica Isabel Dahlberg looked at dozens of familiar faces gather the new community center a recent Monday evening, all of them anxious for answers that she didn't have. What would happen to the immigrants and farm workers in this swath of northeastern Ohio? I don't believe they just stand by and let our community get destroyed, she paused, but I could be wrong. Well, Ms. Dahlberg, if your community is one based on criminal alien invaders who have no business being in America, then it's not a legitimate community. Build your community in Guadalajara. Build your community in Belize. Build your community in Caracas. Build your community in Lagos. Don't build it in Ohio. Across the country, immigration advocates are racing to prepare for a crackdown on unauthorized immigrants. Now that's illegal aliens. That could be unlike anything the nation has witnessed in decades. Of course, they neglect to mention that Barack Obama set records for deportations, but the Washington Compost is a dishonest fake news outlet. Trump has promised to deport country's undocumented residents, criminal alien invaders. A population estimated to number 11 million. False. It's closer to 25 to 30 million. Most recent data, such an operation would face considerable hurdles. During Trump's first term, deportations peaked at just 347,240. Yet under Barack Obama, they reached much higher figures. The consequences of Trump's new push will unfold not just in areas close to the border or major metropolises, but also in areas like Paynesville, a city of 20,000 near the shore of Lake Erie, whose population has been transformed in recent decades by immigration primarily from Mexico. An estimated 130,000 criminal alien invaders live in Ohio. Most of those in Paynesville have been in the country for more than a decade, mirroring the national trend. And nearly all of them live in mixed status families that include U.S.-born children, naturalized citizens, and illegal immigrants. For such families, deportations almost always separate parents from their children. Well, too bad for you. You shouldn't have invaded my nation. Never should have been tolerated. If you'd been sent packing at the beginning, we wouldn't have this problem. You don't deserve to be here because you have longevity when you broke the law. You're a criminal. You go away. I'm not talking about Ms. Dahlberg and public people she's defending and supporting. Shame on her. Shame on her. Well, Rick Grinnell has made his way back into the Trump administration despite being an obnoxious turd. Yep, Rick Grinnell and Devin Nunes among weekend appointments for Trump's second term. President-elect Trump has appointed trusted former Trump administration official Rick Grinnell to be presidential envoy for special missions for his incoming administration. Great. What does that mean? I'm pleased to announce Richard Allen Grinnell as our presidential envoy for special missions. He'll work in some of the hottest spots around the world, including Venezuela and North Korea. Well, keep him out of Pennsylvania's Senate race and we'll be okay. Yep, he served U.S. ambassador to Germany. And then he tapped Devin Nunes also to serve a role in his new administration. Devin Nunes will form advisory board of private sector leaders, whatever the hell that means, part of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board. We'll see what happens there. Nancy Pelosi has hip replacement surgery after falling down the steps in Europe. Were the Europeans trying to take her out? Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi had her hip replaced in Germany after she fell during a trip with other lawmakers. Ian Krager, a spokesman for Ms. Pelosi, said in a statement the lawmaker had a successful operation and was well on the mend. Speaker Pelosi is grateful U.S. military staff at Landstuhl. So what is this? I can't get a freaking appointment, and I'm a 37-year veteran of U.S. military, multiple combat tours, and this scumbag grifter gets to use Landstuhl? Give me a freaking break. Give me a freaking break. Why does she get to use Landstuhl? Take her sorry ass to a German hospital and let her pay out of pocket for it. What a bunch of crap. And the medical staff at Kirchberg Hospital in Luxembourg. The 84-year-old demon rat from California was visiting Luxembourg with the bipartisan congressional delegation to mark the 80th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge. Wow. Yeah, she's honoring veterans by sucking up our medical services. TikTok is a go-to news source for those who are younger. Surprise, surprise. Not at all. That's why I came up with the TikTok channel. Unfortunately, it's a corrupt platform. Some big brands have been slow to join the platform, but now they're experimenting with ways to reach a new audience. Fox TV's audience has an average median age of 69 years of age. Wow, that's crazy. 39% of adults under 30 say they get their news from TikTok. Seriously? 39% of adults under the age of 30 get their news from TikTok. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. That's where you get your news from? Wow. Well, that's why I went on to TikTok and I put a presence on there. Unfortunately, it's a corrupt platform that censors people, including me. IDS chicas dancing around in their uniforms, showing off their bums. Yep, that's on TikTok. Oh, Francois Van Cook. Okay, Francois Van Cook, that's okay. But that's not news. A cat singing Cotton Eye Joe. Oh. A cat wiping its bum after going to the toilet on your couch. Well, this is really good university for infantada resolution. There is only one solution. Boy, I'll tell you what, that Ivy League education is really paying off for these morons. Anti-Israeli protesters outside the university library in the midst of finals in New York City.
Sometimes I want to dress comfy, but still look...
More IDF chicas dancing in their uniform. Murray Head song One Night in Bangkok with some chick dancing in a short dress outside in the snow. This is the news on TikTok. Wow. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They are. Hey, the temperature's risen by 3 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. We're now up to 30, almost above freezing. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, TikTok is where people get their news from. In October, November, 88 of the top 150 political TikTok accounts in the U.S. were content creators. Okay. 51 were publishers like the New York Times, MSNBC, Fox, and CNN, while the rest were associated with candidates or political parties. Yeah, well, unfortunately, TikTok is dishonest. They lie. I mean, I bet you if I looked at the number of subscribers I have right now, it's going to say 12,700. Let's see. Okay, 12,700. It has not changed in 18 months. 12,700 followers in 18 months. That's impossible. I mean, that's absolutely impossible. Absolutely impossible. It just doesn't happen, folks. Doesn't happen. Oh, also, and my other account's gone. They stole my account. They stole my rugby account, first off, Rugby Ascendant. Then they stole my other account. I can't get into it. It's just disappeared. Yep. So, yeah. 12,700 followers, despite having tens of thousands of views. Yeah, it's just all bullshit. What a corrupt platform. So I just didn't put the effort into it anymore. Trump said he was quoting a street interview. Apparently not a good idea. What are you talking about? I don't understand what that sentence is. Try TikTok, never again. Can feel the brain cells dying. Yeah, Richard, I got you. No, but I try to get a younger audience, so that's why I have that. Can't pay out of pocket. Poor woman only has $250 million. Nogales. I've been to Nogales. Yes. I've been there many, many times. Chris dancing in the snow in his shorts. Yeah, I could do that. Hey, my hips feeling better. Maybe I could dance today. One night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster. The bars are temples and they open. Email footage now. Okay, Jed. All right, cool. All right, I have to remember to check that. Joe hasn't partied anymore that I heard of. He did 1,500 in one batch. Can't shoot down drones in Jersey because grifters would sue if they heard loud noises. Yikes. All right. Daily occurrence in South Africa, says Garrett. The Austrian Prime Minister said they got to go back. Well, I'm surprised to hear that. Legal immigration has come to a complete halt in the last 3 months. Dates for processing have not advanced at all. Yeah, so they shut down legal immigration, but not illegal. Yep. When Trump said that foreigners, he said that because someone said that he was happening in a street view, the sheriff of the county denied it. Oh, you talking about eating the dogs, eating the cats? Oh, is that what you're talking about? Eating the dogs? No, it makes for great eating the dogs, eating the cats. It makes for great television, man. It's a great soundbite. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, cats meme. There you go. It may have been a dumb idea, but it's so funny. This is too funny, man. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. I love this stuff, man. It's so funny. Let's start at the beginning. Oh, my gosh. This has been so fun, man. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Let me crank it up a little bit. Get the volume up over here.
Eat the cat.
It's too funny, man. I'm sorry. It's too funny. Trumpster. Let's see what this one is. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's play it.
Eating the cats.
This one doesn't have the music. It's just funny. Watch the dogs. It's from TikTok. Okay, here we go.
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
I'm not taking this from
but
television.
The people
I'm
on
taking it from
television
the city
saying
manager.
the dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that.
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in. They're eating.
The dog's terrified.
They're eating the.
That poor dog looks terrified. Oh my goodness. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. It's so funny, man. Oh man. That is the best thing in TikTok in ages. Yeah. Ever since the German rap Barbara. Remember that? My goodness. Barbara. I can never get that right. That was so funny. Look, it's nice when we have things like this and just humorous to make life a little bit funnier and relax, because it's just crazy. It's a crazy world out there, folks. Oh, my goodness. So it's Chinese for supper. Oh, you mean Korean for supper. Oh. Heard 7 seconds to epic. When a child is born, it has no conception of the color and his skin wasn't born. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yep. Hey, Tony, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. 59 likes, that's it. Okay. Luckily, he didn't say, oh, Garrett, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the claim wasn't good, right? No, it wasn't. But it galvanized a lot of people. Probably got Trump some votes because some people believe that stuff. I doubt it cost him votes. Oh, my goodness. Chris Holmes is in from Arizona, Australia. Down under. Welcome, Chris. How's it going? It was brilliant psychologically. It reached hundreds of millions and emphasized that legal immigrants can have horrific different... Yeah, exactly. It's 4D chess. Exactly right, Light Rain. Exactly right. It's 4D chess. That's exactly what it was. It didn't hurt Trump. It didn't. I mean, it didn't chase people away who were going to vote for him, and it got him some votes. It got him some votes in some key constituencies, which might have made the difference for him in places like, like Michigan and Wisconsin, which he won. Jed, the email's just above. Hendo just put it right up there. All About Africa 2021 at Gmail. In fact, I haven't been there in a while. All right, so let me go there now. Google, Gmail. Okay, Gmail. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. I got all these job things. I don't think anybody has sent me anything of... Let me see. Get rid of this. Let's see if there's any email from anybody that matters. Nope. Nope. This is all BS. SEO optimization. Okay, that's some of that. A bunch of them. I'll just delete that. That's everything going back to December 11th. Oh, Ken sent me some stuff. Okay. Okay. I don't want to delete Ken's stuff, so let's get down here. Just a bunch of crap here in my email. I've only got any email from one person that matters so far. Anyway, yeah, so send it there. Okay. All right. Yes, Jed, that's the email. I just said that. You must be behind. Ken sending me some nice emails. Ken, thank you. I don't have time to answer them right now, but I appreciate you sending them. Very kind of you. I'm never blowing them off. It's just I get behind checking this account. Yeah, I got to check my other account too. So let me see. Switch accounts. Let me check this one here. This is an older account from Gmail. Oh my goodness. Nothing important in there either. But I'm at 93 gigabytes. I deleted a whole bunch of videos the other day. Still didn't get me there. All right, so there you go. All right, folks. Yeah, cool beans. All right, what are we down to? 60 viewers. People are leaving. The Val Dam is extremely low. Graves are starting to show. I didn't know that. Yeah, the Val Dam is low, and the Val River is disgusting. Ugh, it's nasty. It's poo water. Yeah, but the Sterkfontein, I report on the Val Dam being low. The Sterkfontein Dam has plenty of water, but they're refusing to release it. It's at 28.6%. They'll wait till it gets to 18%. What is 4D? I understand 3D and 4D. Don't you know the Fifth Dimension Man? I know them. They used to sing. Pretty cool. All right. Yeah, so Sunday, Bloody Sunday. That's a completely different meaning. YouTube, back when they were entertaining. Back when they had talent. Before they just became obnoxious. Although, if you think about it, they were kind of obnoxious then, but I kind of enjoyed that stuff. Anyway, right. I think we're going to wrap it up there. Do join tomorrow, Geloof de Dag. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be talking about the history of Geloof de Dag. That's a bit earlier broadcast. Set it for 9 a.m. my time, which is 4 p.m. South Africa time. So feel free to join us tomorrow. In Australia, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. So that would be... It would be 1 o'clock in the morning in Sydney. Yep. So Melbourne, same thing. Grave show every dry year, just to remind us the National Party was just as corrupt when they built it in the right spot. Yeah, no, Arctic, you're right. Right? You know, I've said it many times. There's very little difference between the National Party and the ANC. The only difference really is the who their favorite class are. That's the only difference. Yep. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here, folks. Merry Christmas. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button if you don't mind. Also, I'm probably going to make a video about Remembrance Day as well. Not Remembrance Day, but Reconciliation Day. Had a rabid leftist show me the Eating the Dogs music video, thinking it made Trump look bad, not realizing she was spreading his message that these people don't have our values. I love it, Light Rain. Yeah, no, it's great. It was great. This is brilliant, man. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. It's fantastic. I love it. It's the same thing with, the people coming across the border thing back in 2016. That worked really well for them. All right, guys, thanks. Take care. Be safe out there. And I'll catch you later. Take care. Hang on. We're looking for a closing video. There it is. Cheers. Bye-bye.
On to the rest of what you've heard.
You talk about extreme.
Pop it.